Thank you, French. Shalom. Greetings to you all. Now, I want to wish good Remembrance Day to all my Canadian friends. And, memory and remembering is just so important. Important to history, to personal history, to national history, to international history. It's something for the world. And at the same time as being Remembrance Day, it also has another name. And so good Veterans Day to all of our American friends. Although perhaps the U.S. Memorial Day is more like Remembrance Day. And Veterans Day is a bonus day to just say thanks to those who serve the country. And of course, let's also remember that it's also Kristallnacht. Crystal Night, the night of broken glass, November 9th and 10th, 1938. On that night alone, over 1,000 synagogues were destroyed, 7,500 Jewish businesses were destroyed, 30,000 Jewish men were arrested and sent to concentration camps, and the real beginning of the annihilation of European Jewry began. We cannot forget, we must not forget. And while I had hoped that, enough was enough, it seems these days there's always a new disaster. So let's all pray for the spirits of those killed in Texas, trying to simply exercise their faith and belief. It seems that no place is immune anymore. Now, I've been all over the world, and it's not unusual to see guards at synagogues in every capital you can imagine. This has become the way of life and has been recognized as such in many other parts of the world, and is unfortunately now being recognized as such in our part. Now, I remember the first times I saw guards, just so that you can go to a service, and I was thankful that it was not here. And friends, it does not matter if it is terrorism-inspired or just a nut. It now just is. I went to my first ball game and hockey game in years this year, and I could not believe there were metal detectors and that there was security like being at an airport. Wow. For a ball game or a concert. And as a result, people are thinking more carefully about going to public events. And I bet there's a lot less people now going to churches and synagogues. Now, maybe in Europe this started happening years ago, but it will not take long for us to catch up. It is a shame that the community of man still fosters such division. Let's now all come together ourselves and celebrate in a showing of faith as a community, a chavur, a fellowship, and join together to express our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes that actually does unite us all. As we come together every week in this community house of Spirit, Beth Ruach. So once again, please do go ahead and invite everybody you know, physically, psychically, spiritually, emotionally, to gather and share from Psalm 133, the Hine Matov. Come together. Hine Matov. Yachad. How good, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community, community, unity, together. So as a community, let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world. Now, friends, we're actually on the cusp of a new moon, a Rosh Chodesh, a new month. And that will be the month of Kislev, which starts in a week. Now, Kislev is the month of Hanukkah, which starts on December 12th this year. And so it's over before Christmas starts, whereas last year they were the same day, which is always really cool. Anyhow, Kislev is the month that represents concealment and revelation. And it's very appropriately named for what transpires. We begin the winter, the darkest time of the year. The search for light begins. For the change in season on the 21st of December, the winter solstice, we will once again be doing our memorial candle lighting service. So please start sending in your names. It could be friends, family, pets, loved ones. Now, last year we had over 60. And we will do the change in season ritual and the memorial in just over a month. And we will light candles for everyone. So please feel free to join us and do send in those names. Now, with Kislev being about concealment, revelation, and new spiritual renewal, it is the month of dreams. And there are more dreams in the Bible read during the month of Kislev than any other time. And that gives you a clue as to, one of the characters that we'll be encountering, because, when you think of dreams, you think of one character in particular. And friends, the dreams we have urge us to examine and clarify in our soul the riddle of our existence. So be prepared to dream and to discover the meaning of your life and to renew your connection to all. So let's all take this time now to share energy and renew and heal our beloved friends, our family members, our pets, ourselves, and let's send renewal and goodwill and healing to them. Avenu Malkeinu, our Father, our King, listen and hear our prayers and allow us to be guided with wisdom, and let us send special words for those in need of renewal, of physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, for Ben, for Renata, for Pinky, for Scott, for the bee, for all of you, for everyone in the world, the kindness, healing, wishes, goodwill, and love you all send out. It just keeps circling the world looking for those in need. So thank you, each and every one of you, for all you do, for all you care, because, my friends, spirit never dies, and it never will. Avotenu, Makor HaBracha, Limotenu, may the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Misha Baruch, let us all, the world over, have our spirits renewed. We all need renewal, my friends. Well, welcome. Because this week we take another turn in history as we read Chaya Sarah, the life of Sarah. We all know who Sarah was. She was married to Abraham. I laid on a dune. I looked at the sky, where the children of babies had played on the beach. You came up behind me. I saw you go by. You were always so close, still within reach. Sarah, Sarah, whatever made you want to change your mind? Sarah, Sarah, so easy to look at, so hard to define. And we have and will again read about how easy to look at Sarah was. But I have to tell you, Chaya Sarah, the life of Sarah, it's a bad title. In fact, I think it's one of the worst of all of the artificial titles that we've given. And remember, the Torah was not written in chapters. These are all man-made. And I say it's one of the worst because all we learn of the life of Sarah is that she died. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Will it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. You know, we truly know less about Sarah than any of the other matriarchs. In fact, than almost anybody who's famous in the Bible. Now, we know more about her travel years than anything else, but all we really do know is that she was Pharaoh's wife and Abraham's sister. And how interesting is that? Especially since we know that Egyptian royalty married siblings. So it'd be really interesting if those two things were actually the same description. But that's a whole other topic. Now, we also know she was desirable, that she had what might be considered typical jealousies and fears, and that she was degrading to servants. Well, goodbye, Sarah. The life of Sarah, the princess, is our threshold to a new existence. Things change from the death of these first two, the mother and father of monotheism, to the development of a nation, a religion, a way of life. Yes, goodbye, Sarah. You see, this parsha is really the story of the changing of the guard. And a hell of a change it is. It is the story of Isaac and his marriage to Rebekah, And of course, their children determined the course of a people's history. And contained within this transition, there's this certainly very strange, very out of place story of Abraham's second marriage, who some rabbinic scholars think was actually to Hagar, called Keturah here in this part. And maybe the defining thing for Abraham was Hagar had faith, Sarah did not. And maybe Hagar was actually his true love. True love. Your love. True love. Your love. True love, baby, that's what you give to me. True love. Now, who doesn't love true love? But what you need to do is put this parsha in its real chronological order so that it will make more sense, because it doesn't make sense when you read it as it is. So Sarah dies. Abraham goes to buy the most famous burial tomb in history, Machpelah, and he buries Sarah. Abraham remarries. Abraham's then dying and sends his servant to find Isaac, who's mourning for the emotional support of his mother, a wife. Abraham dies, and his firstborn, Ishmael, comes to bury him. The servant and Rebekah return. Isaac and Rebekah marry. That is the order. And they're a really interesting couple, Isaac and Rebekah. He, in most respects, is the most passive of all the patriarchs. She, the most forceful and enterprising of all the matriarchs. Now, it's not quite the order you read it in, but certainly it's the order that it would follow. And it makes the most sense. And you have to be able to read between the lines. So you have to understand customs and history. You see, Abraham's dying when he sends his servant to find a wife for Isaac. And he sends him to his home. But he goes to Haran, not to Ur. Now, Isaac is a mess without his mother. He wanders in the fields. He's busy meditating all day. And Abraham just won't allow him to go and find his own wife or to go with the servant, because he might not come back. And he might not come back because Abraham may be gone. So there's no need to come back. Genesis 24:2. Put your hand under my thigh that I may make you swear by the Lord, God of the heavens and God of the earth. There's our two witnesses. That you shall not take a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites, in whose midst I dwell. But to my land and to my birthplace you shall go, and you shall take a wife for my son, for Isaac. Now, what's being described? The hand under the thigh. Well, friends, that's a death vow. And there's plenty of consternation over the fact that the servant goes to Haran, not Ur. Right? Now, would it matter if Abraham came from Haran? Now, perhaps this is just another example of different stories being fused into the books that we now know. Now, all these early parshas have so many little things, little pieces that weave through the fabric of history. Now, contained in this one are a lot more firsts. We get the first of the great betrothal rituals which the Bible is famous for, except this one is different from all the others. We also get a clue that in a male-dominated society, we're about to meet the first woman who changes all of that. And of course, we see the first of the great episodes where the elder brother, who got nothing and was bypassed by the younger, come together in peace and friendship with the younger to bury a father. Genesis 25:9. And Isaac and Ishmael, his sons, buried him at the cave of Machpelah, the field of Ephron. See, the brothers come together, and it's interesting to see how the thread of karma begins to really unwind itself and weave through the DNA of the future. So in the last few weeks, we have the story of a brother and sister who were married, Abraham and Sarah. And because biblical lineage was purely paternal, we now have two brothers. The elder is driven away and is given nothing. The younger gets everything. The brothers come together to bury the father, and we find out that the one who inherited everything, the younger, is living at a specific place. It's known as the well of Lahai Roi, and that is that Isaac is living at the place where Hagar was told by an angel that she would give birth to Ishmael, Isaac's brother. Ishmael simply remains significant in the background. It's as if Isaac recognizes that his miraculous birth and his being spared from sacrifice have given him everything that otherwise would have been his brother Ishmael's, including the oasis of the angel. Yes, the world is sacred. So is everything in it. Express your gratitude. Light a candle, make a wish, celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them, friends. Live free, be free, honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, and be blessed. Share and honor the light and all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone. And end to terror and hatred. Remember, we are a community. We learn together, we celebrate each other, we love each other. We share this right together, men and women equally. Let us send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, good healing to all who need it. And please do. Learn to forgive and learn to love. Learn to love yourself. Open your hearts. Honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time that you have and enjoy your journey, my friends. We take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our effort to grow, to learn to be to love. So please do love. It is the most important. God bless you all. Have a fantastic week, a week of love and light, a week of peace. Examine your intentions and use them to imprint your will on the universe, because we set in motion all that happens in our lives, and it is our intention, our cause, our effect. Everything is all linked together. As I've said, you always have time to forgive and to be forgiven. You do have the knowledge of what is good and what is bad, so acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, and to any other person you might have wronged, and ask forgiveness. And do so with sincerity, accountability, and vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you, as you learn to be a forgiving and compassionate individual. The secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is in acceptance. Think about the meaning of acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people, the world, just as they are on any given day? Can you accept life just as it is without trying to control it? If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. And do not stop your journey. Do not stop moving towards your promised land. Keep on dreaming, keep on being, keep sharing. We got a month of dreams coming up. Keep shining, keep teaching, keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear. Follow love. It's always in front of you. And remember to have faith and unwavering adherence to principle, just as I have faith in the principle of love and in all of you. Act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none, cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in this year, and may you nurture kindness and love everywhere you go. Work to be present in the body, my friends. Expand your hearts, quiet your minds, because the deepest source of real power lies in your consciousness and your ability to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all circumstances. Make the most out of your time in life. Continue to touch and transform the lives around you, because you're never alone and you are forever blessed and have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, renewal to everybody you come across. We're all energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Friends, your words are your power to transform, to love, so be generous with them. Bless others, bless yourself, and love with the heart. We're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear, forgiveness, not anger, the great lessons of life, and be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you whether you know it or not. Do not stop asking questions, and do not stop giving, and therefore getting love. Explore your faith. And do not accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel, others have felt. Whatever you have experienced, others have too. We share together, we learn together, we help each other. We learn to love each other and to live life that way. Grow old along with me. The best is yet to be. When our time has come, we will be as one. God bless our love. God bless our love. Now be happy, be healthy, be helpful, be kind and be loving. God will bless your love. Go and get some love, my friends. There's nothing like it. And I will see you all next week. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. Take care.